Yeah, that right there. Temple of Chandra. Right over there. I just want to quickly check one more thing. I think Skep was the Sliver Hive. Yeah, speaking of maybe just chasing after other bosses, we could just teleport. Yeah, Sliver Hive is not too far away from Blue Capital. If I want to maybe just hit that up instead. But I still don't think I've exhausted all of my possible options yet. I haven't exhausted every other possible option I have for dealing with Chandra just yet. Not here. This is what I meant to do. I could, perhaps, once again try out Rafine. I may want to opt to just see which creatures have like very low toughness and maybe try and swap them out for creatures with higher toughness. Because yeah, one thing you can pretty much notice immediately if you go into Temple of Chandra. Burn spells like Shock, Lightning Bolt, cheap burn spells are just flying left and right all over the place. So if you play a bunch of small creatures, yeah, they're just gonna die for like... the opponent's probably just gonna spend like 1 mana to kill it immediately. And if they're trading 1 for 1, and since they always start with at least like 1 special like enchantment or that saga that just 2 turns, it gives them like something from Chandra's spellbook, a random Chandra affiliated card. Not even casted, by the way, so I can't counter it with like something that counters a spell. And they start with like an extra mountain on the battlefield, so they get to play even faster than me, like 99% of the time. Yeah, let's just say it's like all around not a good time. Having to deal with that is all around not a good time. So I might just work on, I don't know, tweaking this deck to my liking. So first things first, how many lands are we running? 33. This doesn't count Mox, Jet Pearl, and Sapphire, which... yeah, those make mana by themselves. I can just put them on the field for 0 mana. So that would be like, yeah, 36 mana sources right there, plus we can just easily Island Cycle this away and Swamp Cycle this away if we need another land at any moment. And this is a land on the back, and so is this. I still may potentially just opt to put in 1 more land regardless. I don't know, I just really do not want to, like, get mana screwed. Especially if I'm, like, I don't know, 1 game up against, say, Chandra, and I get mana screwed. And just simply can't even play because I don't have enough lands coming in. As nice as this is in Rafine, with 1 toughness, it probably just, like, there's probably just a good chance that it dies really, really quickly. Sideboard that. I think I'm gonna just throw this in the main. So I think we've already just established that we should be playing against the red decks. Blue Elemental Blast, Hydro Blast, and even Flash Flood. Yeah, destroy a red permanent. Any red permanent for just a single blue. How could I possibly say no to that in the mono-red matchup? How could I possibly refuse? Do I own a Crystal Barricade? I thought I owned this. I can give myself hexproof, so I can't be targeted by any of those burn spells that would otherwise do damage to me. Prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control. Okay, this could maybe just take like a burn spell or 2 and still die, but my other creatures would just be immune to all non-combat damage. Just to specifically address all the shocks and lightning bolts and rift bolts that are constantly flying around. Crystal Barricade. Just specifically for these matchups. Maybe also throw this guy in because I need the... Maybe I just need the lifelink. And something with high toughness for its, like, converted mana cost. So 5 cards are going to be coming out. I'm thinking maybe we'll just sideline this for the long games. Especially for the long games. Yeah, if I use Parallax Wave, I typically need to just clean up the game quickly so they don't get their stuff back. I'm gonna sideline Gilded Drake too, I guess. What if there's nothing I want to steal that badly that... Because they also get a 3/3 flyer no matter what. They get the Gilded Drake no matter what, so yeah, just what if. Then what? I need the lifelink, I need the extra life and whatnot this could give me, but what if I try to enchant this? This is the worst case scenario, but what if I have a creature, I try and attach this to it, and then in response, it gets hit with something like Lightning Bolt, and then it just dies before this can resolve, and then I lose both my creature and the aura. What if that happens? Then what? That is like probably a worst case scenario, but yeah, what if that happens? Yeah, then what do we do? Yeah, if I need to give stuff hexproof. I also have Dive Down that could achieve that. I guess I'll put Ponder in also. If we need to gain life, Shadow Spear maybe. Maybe that too. If I need to maybe just wipe a board full of stuff, Supreme Verdict. Maybe one of my, like, 2-drops can just come out. Since I'm running, like, so many of these. I only have room for so many 2-drops at this point, I tell ya. Wait, I only have 23 creatures. I definitely thought I had more at one point. Just thinking, what else do we perhaps do with this deck here? I think I'll just replace that with another creature, perhaps. I have plenty of... I already have, like, plenty of options to just, like, cheat into play, whether that's something like a... Animate Dead. We got this, this, and this, and this can easily get itself into the graveyard. Same goes for that too, but it's nowhere near as impactful as the other cards I mentioned. Yeah, this too, because it just synergizes stupidly well with Raffine. If I want to make my opponent discard a card or something, perhaps. Grief. Okay, I think we're gonna try Palace Jailer again. Yeah, I suppose after updating my deck, I'm just gonna save with the deck in its current state. Yeah, we're gonna try Raffine. Because you get blue, because yeah, with the colors that she is, Raffine, you're gonna get blue, which gives you access to like all the best counter magic and also like a lot of good like draw spells. So yeah, it's probably just like the best color in Magic. You get access to blue for one thing. White has like just all around some of the best removal options for pretty much like any permanent type in the game, quite frankly. And then black also has like plenty of ways to give you crazy card advantage and just search your deck for anything. Yeah, long story short, this color combination could potentially answer just about anything. Oh, this is the guy that starts with the 4-3. That is a Rift Bolt that is going to resolve next turn. I'm gonna Essence Scatter this thing. And then I think I will... try and just cast my Commander. And hopefully this won't backfire. Okay, I still have my Commander out currently. So, yeah, she is still currently there, so maybe we can get to work. Let's draw a discard one and see what we find. Apparently not a whole lot. I'm gonna do 4 damage with Eiganjo to this. Throw a cast down here. Remove that. He's got 4 cards in hand, I got 3. Kinda need to start getting to work here. I don't really think we need another land for now. I'll just play the Emperor of Bones now. Sure. Oh, and a Monastery Swift Spear. Vendilion Click. Let's see what's in my opponent's hand. Fireball and Searing Blaze. Gonna make him put the Fireball back. Did he just draw that? Okay, he just drew that because, yeah, if I do put something back into his deck, he draws a card. So that's what he top decked. Oh, wow. Flash Flood can destroy any red permanent. Oh, wow. Put some counters here. And now, yeah, discard 3. Yeah, question is, which ones? Okay. So he's at 10 life. Well, 11. He lost 10 life. Just this attacking, apparently. I'll take 2. And then... Then what? Come on. Gonna mystical. And like at this point, what do I take? Because yeah, I find like a full graveyard. We can just treasure cruise for 1 mana, draw 3. We can just delve 7, draw 3 for 1. I think I'll adapt here. We'll put this onto our battlefield so that I can attack too. So discard 4 is what you're telling me. These ones. Okay, I still got them. We're just gonna win some more cards here, of course. This is the one that has... Does he also start with the 4-3? Yeah, he does, and 20 life. Of course he's gonna go first, too, of course. Watery Grave, tapped. I do not have a turn 1 play. So I'm already gonna take 8. Yeah, because I don't have a turn 1 play. Or a turn 2 play. Either. Not sure if I'm gonna have this, just by virtue of... Yeah, I'm not quite sure I'm gonna be able to get this at this point. Just by virtue of him getting an insanely fast start. And me failing to get a fast start. Okay. I'm gonna see this all... We're on, like, what, turn 4 and he's already casting this? At the beginning of your upkeep, this emblem deals 1 damage to you. Flash Flood, destroy the 4-3. I'm gonna exile that with Deadly Rollick. Frantic Search and see what we find off of this. We'll now be discarding, of course. Sure. Play a creature. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing here. Make that lose some loyalty. There's 2 Chandra Planeswalkers I gotta deal with. I gotta figure out how to deal with 2 of them. Another Chandra's Phoenix. 5 damage to this. So yeah, that means I lose my commander. If I even get a chance to recast it, that is. Well, I could just wipe I need one more white mana to actually overload this thing. Well, I would have it. Damn, overloaded. At this point, I'm not even sure what else you want me to do. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Oh, I have 2 now. I'm gonna take 2 damage every single turn. Yeah, now I'm taking 2 damage a turn. So, really now, what do you even want me to do? What do you even want me to do? I'm not a miracle worker. Four damage. Here again. I now immediately lose my creature again. Oh, a lifelink creature. I guess let's also draw a discard off Shorkai. Unless I lose this, too. 1 damage to pilot token. 4 damage to me. And then I just lose on my next upkeep. And then I can't survive my next upkeep because of course. Well, we certainly tried. Yeah, we certainly tried, alright, but just... my opponent got off to, like, way too fast to start. That was way too quick a start for me to, like, deal with. And I wasn't doing anything until turn 3, so... yeah, I really desperately needed to be able to do something sooner than that point, but no, I wasn't doing anything sooner. Okay, at least I'm gonna go first, so I guess that might be of help to me. At least I get to go first this time, so that might be nice. We're gonna just Swamp Cycle immediately here. And now I have a Troll of Khazad-dûm in my graveyard. I'll just pass. We're gonna try to block. Just to save me from taking 4 more damage. Exile the top card of your library. If it's red, you may cast it this turn. Huh. I'm already at 24. Next turn, I'm just gonna drop a Living Death and nuke his board. And get my troll back as well. Block the Swift Spear. 5 damage to me. And just, I don't know, I want to see what we're gonna, like, draw into, perhaps. Living Death. So all those are gonna come back to my field. Yeah, but I have a much better board than he does. Unless this just drains too much of my life to give me cards. Pass. Rift Bolt here. Lightning Bolt on Emperor of Bones. So that's gonna die too. We're already back to square one, I see. Seems we're already back to square one here. This is why everything's taking like 2 extra damage. Now I'm sure this explains it. So that explains it right there. Let's try and just rebuild our board here. Let's try and just desperately rebuild now. Interesting. Probably gonna attack this just to get it off the board. Or, no, not get it off the board. At least... yeah, just... reduce, like... yeah, just reduce the possibilities of what he can do, currently. With this Planeswalker. Magma Jet targeting me. Put that back in the hand in response. Chump block with the pilot, because I don't want to take damage. I'm insanely low on life. Supreme Verdict. If I want to just nuke the board, I can nuke the board. Because I definitely don't want this to come around and kill me. Really don't want to see that happen, potentially. So this is gonna come back, apparently. Fireball? Can I counter Fireball? So I don't die to it. Yeah, apparently I just wiped the board for absolutely nothing. I literally cleared the board for nothing. We kind of just ended up back in the exact same situation anyways. The exact same. We ended up literally back in the exact same position. How does he still have 4 cards in hand? How does he still have a 4-card hand, even? Ponder. What can I find off of that? But yeah, if I can actually get Griselbrand onto the field, that would be amazing. Problem is, I'm not really, like, hard casting Griselbrand with this deck. That's usually not the plan. It's usually not the plan to hard cast. Unless we do Demonic Council. Okay. That's how I'll get it onto the field. And this is how I'll get it in the graveyard. Sheltered by Ghosts, we're gonna put here. I'm getting this off the field. I can discard more cards just to put counters on this thing. That way I can gain more life. Exile 3 cards from your graveyard, give this flying. Oh, I'm 1 mana short to actually cast this. Unless I play that as a land? And have it come in untapped and lose 3 life in the process? Exile Marsh. Hold on. This. Exile this. Exile this. Give it flying until end of turn. Oh, okay. I'm at 6 life. I'm at 6. Animate dead. Targeting Griselbrand, and hopefully we get one more turn. And now hope we can get another turn out of this. Nope. Skullcrack. Nope. I tried. But, nope. Wasn't gonna happen. I just had to do too much damage to myself. Just had to lose a little bit too much life there. We would have been gaining upwards of, like, at least 6 life a turn, if not more. And then it would have been, like, well out of kill range if I just got one more turn. Definitely would have been out of kill range if I just could have held on for a little bit longer. But no, we couldn't do that. We're gonna keep this hand. He's gonna go first. So I'm not taking a bunch of damage to the face early from a 4/3 creature. And I still don't know how much this is actually going to be of use, though. I really, really don't know. We're going to evoke Deceit. Hopefully slow him down a little bit with that. Evoke a Deceit. Okay, now I gotta deal with the 4/2 haste. And now I gotta worry about this thing. Already. Pass. Probably just gonna Tainted Pact into a board wipe or something at this point. I said we're gonna Tainted Pact into a board wipe. Supreme Verdict or Damn. Yes. That's what I said I was gonna do. And then, yeah, that's my entire turn. Just for him to immediately rebuild like it was nothing. Okay, maybe this could at least slow the opponent down. Maybe this can at least deter him from attacking. I'll let that hit for 1. Oh, 5 damage to me. Play the commander. Animate dead? We're gonna bring Deceit back. And try and hide behind this, too. I'm gonna try and just sit on that now. Chandra's Phoenix. We might be good to go here. We might be okay. Attack with everything. Discard 3. Those 3. And then Ifnir is gonna wipe out his board. One more turn at this point should probably do it. Anything else, or is that it? Oh wow, nice. Play Wan Shi Tong, I suppose. If he's gonna do nothing else, just that. And once again, attack with all. There we go. Archfiend of Ifnir is just gonna carry me once again. He's gonna kind of just carry me through that. Now I gotta deal with this guy once more. And my opening hand is... Oof. No turn 2 plays in sight. But I don't want to start having to, like, mulligan cards at all. I mean, at the very least, I get to go first, so it could be a lot worse. At least I'm on the play. But still. Yeah, now I'm gonna be taking 6. Try and just sit on this. Never mind. That's gonna die immediately. Alright, let's bring the commander out. Hopefully this doesn't just die instantly too. Take 4. And creatures just left, right, and center. Creatures just coming out left, right, and center still. If we get a chance, we're going to use this to probably search for... Yeah, what would we search for? Probably a bunch of, like, animate dead-like spells. Bring that Agent of Treachery back. I'm thinking that would be the go-to. Okay, I don't have a blocker anymore for this 4-3 unless I want to lose Raffine. I'd rather we not lose Raffine, though. Ooh, Palace Jailer, not bad. Maybe do something with this. Geist Flame, again. Gonna lose my pilot token. Again. I can literally never stay on the field. Oh, now there's 2 of these. And now suddenly there's 2. Just block at this point. Or do we have anything else we can do? Or not? Oh, that's legendary. Only legendary creatures that counts. I thought I could maybe Otawara Soaring Cities back into hand in response to the attack, but nope. How many lands do I have? Yeah, I can just get rid of everything on his field. I can do that much. And then, yeah, that was basically, again, that was my entire turn. That was literally my entire turn. Just to do that. He's an empty board, so I might as well attack into it. Might as well go swinging that time. He's got an empty board now. I'll do 1. I'll do 1 damage. While trying to just desperately stay alive here. Sure. I mean, at this point, what am I gonna steal? There's not really much I want to steal like that badly at this point, so what do I want to steal now? Gifts ungiven. Let's just try and get Grizzlebrand or Archon of Cruelty or anything that can gain me life into the graveyard. We can just animate dead Grizzlebrand and potentially start swinging with that the next turn. And then start getting a boatload of life from that. Because of the lifelink. I'll put down the Mox Jet. Untap the land that can make blue, so I'll have mana up for a negate if I need it. And then discard a card. We'll be able to untap with Teferi's Staff and then get mana ready for a negate. Negate. Oculus. Three mana, 5/5. Put some counters here. And that way I'm gonna start gaining even more life. Alright, he's at 7. That is fine. That is also fine. Draw from the Monarch. Pass. Manifesting Dread. From the eyeball. He literally has nothing. And see ya. Oh, I got Chandra's for defeat from the Chandra's Immolator. We'll see if we're actually gonna defeat Chandra though this time. So yeah, of course, she's right here. I'm probably just still gonna try like the Esper Control, the Rafine deck that I have. Still probably just gonna, yeah, still gonna try that. This could be the end. Please tell me I gotta get starting hand. Crystal Barricade, Hydroblast, Shorekai, Living Death. There's probably some stuff we can do with this. Depending on what the rest of the cards I draw end up looking like. If we can set up a graveyard full of powerful creatures and then Living Death, that probably gives us game right there. Of course she's on the play. Alright, nothing really going on turn 1. Surprisingly. Really surprisingly, though. That's gonna be a Tundra. We'll keep this Hydroblast handy. Oh my. Oh my. Snow covered. I'm just gonna deploy the barricade right now. See how long the barricade's got before it dies. 3 damage to target creature an opponent controls. Lightning Bolt deals 3 damage to Crystal Barricade. Does that keep it alive? Hammer of Bogarden, so nope. And I'm still gonna lose. Still gonna lose my barricade. I really did try to keep it alive. I could literally just resurrect it with Animate Dead and just try this whole thing again. Just to desperately try and slow her down. I could try this again. Maybe, possibly slow her down. Oh no, there's so much stuff on the field already. It's been like only 3 or 4 turns. Okay, I don't think those are gonna be like what's gonna kill me or anything. What are we gonna brainstorm into? So what do we like not want to keep? I think I can put the Emperor of Bones back. Fetch into Underground Sea. So we could wipe the board here. I do want to keep this around. I can't be targeted by any spells or abilities, and nothing else I control would take any non-combat damage. Shorkai Genesis Engine. I'm gonna go with the Genesis Engine. Planeswalker coming down. This is gonna die. I'm gonna take 2 damage. I think next turn I'm probably just gonna deploy the board wipe. Or maybe a Living Death if there's enough good creatures in the graveyards. Maybe a Living Death if the creatures are looking good enough. I'm gonna block the 4. I'm gonna block the 4/2. Interesting. We can just Living Death right now if we want. Scrubland. Living Death. Getting back Crystal Barricade and Deceit, and all our creatures are gone. What does this do? It's being copied, apparently. 4 damage here. Oh! That's perfect. If I can just survive to next turn and start swinging with Griselbrand, that's perfect. You may copy that ability. Well, I'm definitely buying myself time here. Buying myself a lot of time, in fact. So Dance of the Dead is going to put this back on the battlefield. Just cheat Griselbrand into play. And then... I'm thinking here. We'll just keep our options open. Respond to whatever she tries to do with either this, maybe cast this if she doesn't do anything, or... Yeah, let's just keep our options open. Two times. Chandra's Phoenix. Chandra's Incinerator. I'm gonna exile this. Chandra Nalaar. So what are we doing here? 5 damage to Deceit. How much damage is it gonna deal total? Okay, only 2. I'll just force this back into Chandra's hand. But yeah, we definitely want to untap this. So it can actually attack and let me gain some life back. We definitely want to do that. For damn sure. Play Rafine. Finally play my commander. Just thinking who to attack. I'm just gonna get this Planeswalker off the board. We just gained 9 life. That is pretty big. We just gained 9 life. That's huge. Slowly but surely getting out of the danger zone here. Untap Griselbrand again, because, really, this thing needs to keep attacking for me to stay alive. Preordain. I like both of these. Actually, thinking here. I do like both of these. Gonna leave it like this. Top of Library, I could do Flash Flood, I could do Pre-War Form Aware. We'll just draw the Flash Flood. Have this ready if I need to deal with any red permanent that could be a problem. This time, it's all gonna attack her. Okay, maybe this can stay back. Gaining 11 life from that now. Now we gain 11. Six and 2 are coming my way. I'm gonna Flash Flood the 6/6. I could just chump block the 2/2. Bold Pyromancer does what? 5 loyalty. Fine. Untap. That goes in the grave. Pre-war Form Aware, what should I bring back? I don't know how the hell you dress up a wall in some clothes, but that's exactly what we're gonna do. I don't know how you dress up a wall in that outfit, but we just did. That's gonna go in the grave, and I guess Intuition also, and just Teferi Step untaps this, and I'm gonna keep mana up for a counterspell. I can now counter the next thing she plays if necessary. How much damage did it take? 6? Was that 6? Don't need to counter anything. Untap again. A damn. Let's see what else we can find here. Bunch of lands. just the pile of lands. Put some counters here, of course. Oh, we got more creatures just ready. 16 damage there. Just gotta, like, ride this out turn after turn until we get her. Untap. Flame Caller. This does what? Chandra's not looking so good here, apparently. So this does... Yeah, do I need to worry about this? Can do X damage to each creature, so I think I'm gonna counter that. That could potentially do up to 4 damage to each creature. That would kill Rafine and my 2 pilots, so no thank you. Oh wait, this can just this will just actually protect the pilots from this will protect everything from non-combat damage. I forgot about that. Kinda forgot about that, apparently. Just flash in Malcolm at her end step, because we can do that too. Untap Griselbrand. Of course we want to do that. I got so much life now, I definitely can afford to pay 7 just to draw some more cards, so let's do that. And now for to definitely be winning the game now. Now for sure I gotta be winning the game like this. Draw 3 more cards. Archfiend of Ifnir. And now everything I can attack will. Discard 5 cards. Lingering Souls, Archon of Cruelty, Oculus, I guess. And 2 lands I don't need. Anyways, I think that's just gonna go. Alright, sure, let's just play a Mox Jet. And then pass. Trying to do 3 damage here, but I don't know, why not just target the Crystal Barricade at that point? Because that'll actually die. If you do 3 damage to it twice, that actually dies. Griselbrand doesn't take any, nor do the rest of my creatures. That's gonna resolve. Okay, now Crystal Barricade is dead, and I took 2 damage. 40 cards left in my deck, anyways, who cares? Anyways, yeah, at this point, who really cares? Discard, yeah, 6 cards. Are all the extra lands I really shouldn't need whatsoever. Still gotta throw away 1. Okay, we gotta literally do that again. We gotta repeat that again now. And Chandra's gonna go first, guaranteed, on the next game. So, Hymn to Turok. We have Deceit in our starting hand, Dismember, and 4 lands. And this already just starting on our field. I mean, I don't really have anything right now. Yikes. Well, I guess I can at least force her to discard some cards. Here I am trying to play, like, normal Magic. And getting annihilated already. Just because I want to play normal Magic. Yeah, we're like... This was like her turn 3. She did all that in 3 turns. But if I can maybe just get by one more turn, that could be nice. What's the thing that will probably be most likely to kill us? Because I can dismember whatever is like going to do the most damage to us. So it's really like death by 1,000 cuts here, isn't it? Supreme. Wait, can I not even do that? White. White. Blue. Supreme Verdict. Okay, I still am gonna have to, like, recover from all this damage I took in just 4 turns. Still gotta bounce back. Okay, that's a lot less scary than everything else she was just pulling out earlier. I become the Monarch, and this Magmut's gonna go away. And that, again, was my entire turn. But if I can get this onto the field and get Griselbrand in the graveyard, I think, again, we can just run away with the game with Griselbrand and his lifelink. I'm gonna take 7 damage here. Really now. If I can't get this off the field, it just does 1 damage to me and then I'm dead anyways. How much mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. I really can't do anything else to... Actually, no, now that this is just gonna kill me anyways. I'm just gonna die to this, actually. Unless I have, like, a miracle draw here. Or we Tainted Pact into something that can remove it. To not die. Tainted Pact into anything that can kill that. Flash Flood can destroy it. Tainted Pact into a Flash Flood on Chandra's Phoenix. And, okay, yeah, I gotta deal with that again, too. I gotta re-deal with this. I don't think I got anything. I don't believe I got anything here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think I have anything. I really don't. We were just totally like 1 turn away, weren't we? This is gonna lose Summoning Sickness next turn. We were just totally 1 turn away here. Sadly, that's not instant speed or anything, even if it was. Ghostfire. Or that. I just needed 1 more turn, really. I just needed to get by 1 more turn. Oh, wow. Mox Jet. Flash Flood. We got some pretty nice stuff here. That's at least like 2 free cards plus a mountain she gets for free if I let this stick around. That's at least 2 free cards there. So what if I opt to do... Yeah, we definitely fetch. Mox, Jet, Flash Flood, For 2 mana, remove that. She's not gonna get an extra mountain to start, and she's not gonna get like 2 random Chandra affiliated spells from the Hall of Flame spellbook if we do that. She's gonna lose a land and 2 free cards. So what if we do that? Play land, Raffine. Pass. Oh wow, nice. Island, Frantic Search, tap, tap, tap. Draw, discard. I'll pitch that too. We got Griselbrand in the graveyard. And now we have Griselbrand in the grave. Crystal Barricade. Not bad. I'll cast it. Okay. 3 damage here, right? 0 damage because of this. Because of my barricade. Everything that's not the barricade takes no non-combat damage. I will do just attack. And now Agent of Treachery is in my graveyard. Pass. Carol Keep Disciples is gonna resolve. Can't really do anything about that. Land card. We'll delve, I think, 5 cards here. I want to keep Griselbrand and Agent of Treachery exactly where they are. Recurring Nightmare. And I just drew Recurring Nightmare in that 3 cards. We're gonna bring back... I think we're gonna bring back... Let's see... Agent of Treachery. I'll just recast Raffine from my command zone later. I'll keep the barricade up, and we're gonna steal this creature away from her. Planeswalker. Barricade is dead. Things could be a lot worse, though. Animate dead. But first, I think we're going to do Recurring Nightmare again. Use it to bring back Griselbrand. Get Agent of Treachery back into my grave. And then we're just going to cast it again. Use it again. Bring back Agent of Treachery. Getting rid of Carol Keep Disciples. And I'm going to steal for myself Chandra Flame's Fury. 2 damage to Chandra with Chandra's Planeswalker. Chandra's going to do damage to Chandra. Pass. Oh, 3 loyalty. Oh, right. It had 2 loyalty when I took it for myself. So yeah, now it's dead. Ghostfire deals 3 damage to... Okay, that is fine. I can kind of just bring that back anyways. And then steal something else off her field. I gain 7 life. I think at this point I might just keep my options open. Wait for her to play something scary before I revive Agent of Treachery again and steal that instead. Okay, just the Hound. And then this is just gonna get rid of this Gauntlet. Just so all of her burn spells don't do like 2 extra damage. This is on the stack. I'll just Mana Leak it. Sure. I'll just get another land. Swamp. attack for 7 again. We're up to 40. Pass. How much mana do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 total. We'll do that. Nice. It's gonna come in with the counters and everything. So the Wan Shi Tong is gonna block here. That 3/3 is dead. And I just drew like 2 cards from the Wan Shi Tong. And now I got a 5/5 Flash Flying Vigilance. Proliferate. I guess that's fine. Pay 4 life and 1 of any kind to wipe out that Steam Cannon. Yeah, not to be confused with like the Minecraft mod loader. This is like the Magic the Gathering open source rules engine / fan game. Okay, just enough mana to squeeze this out. Swing for 12. Actually, we're gonna make it 13. I have Rafine back up, so we have a Fierce Guardianship that's gonna cost 0 if we need it. Just gonna Fierce Guardianship this Planeswalker. It's already coming back to me. Mystical into any instant or sorcery. We're just gonna take like another piece of removal. Oh, and we just also have a Tainted Pact. And we got a Tainted Pact. Nice. I'm probably gonna beat Chandra. This is I think this is like maybe like one of the hardest encounters in the game. And I'm gonna win on Commander mode with Rafine. There's probably no way I lose this now, especially since if I need to draw 7 cards, I can totally do that. Pyromancer's Goggles, this is doing how much damage? It's still being copied, the spell, right? 0 damage to me? I'll just draw 7 cards since I can totally afford to do that. Oh, Gifts Ungiven. Miss in the Grave. Deceit, Troll of Khazad, Doom to my hand. Let's see what I can also Tainted Pact into. I'm probably already just straight up winning the game here. Let's be real. Even without having to do that, too. So, Animate Dead is... Oh, I discarded it. Anyways, big whoop. Baleful Strix. Draw off that. Recurring Nightmare, so that's what I opted to keep. We're gonna bring back... Oh, I can still revive this too if I want. Archon of Cruelty. Sacrificing Baleful Strix to bring this back. She discards a card, loses 3 life, and sacrifices a creature. I gain 3 life, draw a card. Sure. I'll grab a Scrubland. I'm gonna give Wan Shi Tong lifelink also and remove that. And now she's at 1 point of life. I got Chandra down, to 1. My graveyard's already full of really good stuff. I don't need, like, intuition. I already loaded up my graveyard with Gifts Ungiven with really good stuff. But even more importantly, look at my board. Chandra, Awaken Inferno. Don't think I was trying to counter it anyways. X damage to target creature or planeswalker. Archon of Cruelty. So that dies. But that doesn't answer the rest of my board. Alright, Wan Shi Tong. You do the honor. Yeah, you do the honor. Oh my god. It did it. Pulled out Raffine, and we did it. Oh hey, there's Chandra's defeat. Fire. Is that your only trick? Sure, I could set things on fire by myself, but teamwork can be fun too. There's the... Chandra just burnt herself with her own fire magic, and... Chandra's Stone. A small red gemstone. Recovered after your battle with Chandra. What does that do? Now, what would that do? I wonder. 5 damage to a red creature, a red planeswalker. Oh, I could have actually used this against... Well, assuming I was still playing a red deck, I could have used this against the other red decks. Anyways, what does that stone do that I recovered? Chandra's Tome. 200 shards! And what about the other treasure chest? Lingering Souls, Pure Steel Paladin, Core Firewalker. This would have been nice to have. This would have been nice to have, like, before defeating everybody in here. This would have been a really nice card to have to just keep me alive. Protection from red, pretty much nearly everything the opponents here are playing is, well, red. And all their red spells give me 1 life, too. This would have been really nice to have, just going into this temple. But I only get it now. A random screeching scab, whatever that is. Alright, so now we gotta just leave. No way I just did it with. No way I just pulled that off. So what does the stone do, I wonder? Anyways, I'm saving my game first. Oh, what is this over here? Was this here recently or no? What are they just find here? A Zedru City. Alright, sure, I can go exploring. A locked gate. And this guy is guarding a spell book. Okay, I see we're back to the really easy stuff here. I see we're probably going to be back to the easy stuff. Yeah, lands that are coming in tapped again, for one thing. Okay, so it's going to be a soldier deck. Okay, he's just gonna make more soldiers, right? This will attack. We'll get this in the graveyard, and we'll pass. Oh, it's a 5/5 apparently. That's pretty nice. And I can just cast down this thing. Or better yet, because I just drew a Reanimator spell, I can steal it instead. Or I'll just steal it. Oh, wow. Okay. This guy is probably not going to be lasting much longer. Don't really need to untap this thing too badly. I just wanted to steal this for myself. 2 lands I'm just going to put on the bottom both. And draw another land. Oh, okay. Now I gotta just, yeah, smack him one more time with anything, really. We'll just Alpha Strike here. Yeah, because there's no way he survives that. I mean, 2 of my creatures just outright fly over everything he's got. So yeah, no way he gets out of it. Also, what did I find here? Is this a bunch of Masters 25 cards? Brainstorm. Which I already have, but anyways, that's beside the point. Okay, it's a land that makes red and white, and I already own it, apparently. I already have, like, a lot of really good lands to build pretty much any mana base. Pretty much any mana base that I could possibly want to build. A few shards. Can we just, like, I don't know, find the actual, assuming... Is Zedru in Zedru City? If so, can we just find him, maybe? But no, I'll find an owl with goofy-looking eyes. Okay, let's actually play something. I have plenty of lands as it is already. Ooh, yeah, Baleful Strix. I'll just play my Baleful Strix. Okay. Okay, can I cast Rafine now? There we go. Alright, Baleful Strix will just attack. And the Strixes will trade. Sure. We'll just have this attack. In response, I'm gonna just Tainted Pact. Let's just look for something like an Animate Dead here. I could have taken Dance of the Dead, but I just went right past that. I might want to slow down with my clicking here. I could have taken Necromancy also, but I'm still clicking too fast. Okay, there we go. And now Griselbrand's back in play. So ahead on life, I'll just use 7 of it to draw some more cards. I'm that far ahead on life. Pass. Choose 4 cards to discard. Alright, don't mind if I do. Keep 1 land. Or 2. You're just gonna Deadly Rollick this thing away. Gonna swing this way. Alright then. Gonna Doomblade this away. And then, yeah, that's gonna be a pass. Oh no, 2 damage, what will I ever do? Attack with these 3. And then, yeah, that's gonna kill the owl. Yeah, it clearly cannot handle Griselbrand. It most certainly can't handle that. Yeah, we're just gonna play this hand too. Marsh Flats into Tundra. And then that's gonna be pass. Oh, nice. Hopefully I didn't make a mistake by keeping the 2-land hand here. Command tower, so we're actually gonna be fine. Sacrifice 3 lands. No, 2 lands to play the Lotus Veil. Add 3 mana of any one color. Yeah, imagine if I was actually still running land destruction. I don't know, when it comes to these computer opponents, like, they barely play any lands that you really need to, like, just get rid of on sight. You're not really playing lands you need to just remove, like, immediately. Yeah, me too, with how many live streams of even just Commander mode I've done lately. Yeah, and you're telling me now I can also just build a Commander deck and play that in Adventure mode too? As if it couldn't even get any better. Sure. I wasn't even exactly aware there was an Android version. But no, I'm playing on desktop. I'm playing on, like, a desktop computer right now. Three crop rotations. Decimate. It looks good on the surface, but do keep in mind, like, there would need to be all 4 targets for this to actually be legal to cast. There needs to be all 4 targets for this. So, whereabouts are we now? Are those camels? I don't feel like fighting them though, but... I also want to see what's in that spell book. So I guess we're gonna beat up a camel. Mox Sapphire, Mox Jet, Command Tower, Rafine. Yeah, this honestly just doesn't feel fair. I'll play that too. Nah, I think we'll be fine. I got to play this turn 1, so we're probably gonna be okay. Yeah, it's basically like a Magic the Gathering fan game. Fan-made Magic the Gathering simulator. With its own adventure mode and everything. There is just like classic mode, you can just like pretty much have all the cards. Well, you don't actually own the cards, you can just still like make the decks with any cards in the game, but... Yeah, like, not like physically, but... Yeah, you can pretty much just like make any deck you want with any like cards in the game. Or you could do like me, go on an adventure and just try and find the cards you want for your ideal deck. Is this a pack of Arabian Nights? Sindbad. Summon Sindbad. Tap to draw a card from your library, but discard that card if it is not a land. It can handle 4-player commander stuff, but I typically don't do it often because, for one thing, yeah, once you start putting, like, 4 players on one screen, like, things start getting really tiny. Desert nomads are immune to damage done by deserts. Theoretically, but... At that point, like, once you get to, like, I don't know what point you have to get for everything to start becoming microscopic to fit all the players on screen. I've never even considered trying anything above 4. In fact, I rarely ever, like, do anything, like, more than 2 players, actually. I mean, unless maybe I go on Cockatrice and actually just join a multiplayer game or just play Commander in real life. I don't know, typically my most preferred way of really playing, just in general, is 1v1, even Commander. This gate is locked. Leave. Okay then, it is locked. Maybe if we're smart about how we move, maybe we can just ignore this golem entirely. Yep. This dwarf mercenary, though, we're gonna have to fight. So I don't remember. I forgot to take these out, and I don't even know if this guy plays a red deck or not. If he does not, this is a useless card. Otherwise, this is amazing. I heard, like, not so good things about the network play option. It was, like, also for one thing, just easier to figure out how Cockatrice works and play, like, against real people on that instead. Okay, so what did the dwarf just do? So did he just play Lotus Veil? He sacrificed 2 lands to play Lotus Veil. That makes 3 mana by itself. Well, he sacrificed 2 lands to play this land that makes 3 instead of 1. And then he harrows it away. And then he sacrifices it. He sacrifices the land that makes 3 mana. that he just gave up 2 other lands to play. And then he just immediately harrowed it away. What? Alright. This is not the thing I want to see, like, when... This is not the thing I want to reveal with Dark Confidant. I mean, if we didn't start with so much life, we'd have nothing to worry about. I mean, after just playing all those lands and sacrificing them, it's like, what do you expect? That was just, like, next level stupid, what the dwarf did. Sheltered by ghosts. And then just, we'll attack like this. There we go. Kind of had a bit of a slow start, but he pretty much just the computer just played itself. Okay, thinking about it now, like, holy cow, how big is this city gonna be? Also, any good loot. You may rearrange your attacking creatures and place them face down, revealing which is which only after defense is chosen. Rearrange your attacking creatures and place them face down. I'm just wondering why we'd want to do this. I mean, just feels like, yeah, this is way too confusing for its own good. That's pretty powerful, but it kind of just takes a while to actually get to even the 6/6 blue whale. Especially the 9/9 blue kraken. And if this gets exiled or something, you get nothing from it, really. Is this also, like... Yeah, I'm seeing more Masters 25. Flooded Grove, which I also already own. Original Art Dark Ritual I'll probably keep. If we don't really want to duel that badly, we can just play a game of stealth. This is an artifact warrior, apparently. Okay, this one we're going to be fighting, though. Ancient Tomb into Voltaic Servant, turn 1. Okay. Or just so we have something to start swinging with next turn. Automatic Librarian. Okay, it just tries to. I don't think I'm going to see any red cards on my opponent's field at this rate, so that's just going to go. Okay, the blue Elemental Blast is also gonna go. At least with this commander, I can just draw and I can discard the cards that I know are useless. Because I'm forgetting to side them out, apparently. Or this just untaps this thing that doesn't untap normally. Trample. if this guy's entire deck is just artifact creatures, this is gonna be useless too. Like, this can only hit stuff that's at least, like, it has to be exactly one color. These are no colors. Those aren't any color, so it's like, yikes. Okay, Cathar Commando can take out the 7/7. Untap target legendary permanent. And then Rafine will block the 3/2. And then one last attack should end it. There we go. Eldrazi Temple, not bad. Sacrifice a creature to do 2 damage to any target. What manner of fiend would design such a sadistic device? Oh, wow. There's a lot going on in here. There's like a whole, like, wow, there's like so much going on in here. I'm thinking of at this point just putting it off until another day. Yeah, if that city's got that much going on inside, I think we could just do this another day. This looks like so damn much going on in that city there. Okay, can I maybe just get rid of a few cards here and there? Can I maybe just start, like, offloading a few extra cards I don't want? I don't think I'm actually ever going to use this, let's be real. I don't think I'm gonna need this at all. I have, like, enough really good finishers for my Animar deck. I don't really have much else that can just either produce boatloads of mana or just cheat on the mana costs as hard as Animar does, so we're gonna sell that too. Your opponents can't search their libraries. So far, I never needed to, like, lock my opponents out of searching their decks for anything. I've never needed this so far. But what if we do have a matchup where I do actually need it, then what? It's a cannon. Return up to... That says 6 target creature cards, right? I think it does. Blood Moon. I still want to see how this card functions. Open a sealed booster pack. It takes 1 from your collection if you have it, right? To open? I'm guessing it would take 1 out of your collection. Otherwise, if you try to activate it and they have no boosters at all, it does actually 0. Like, it literally would resolve with, like, no effect, right? I don't feel like looking up what time travel does. Oh wow, I have a doubling season. I've never done anything with this. Don't even remember how long I've had this for. It's kind of just been sitting here this whole time, hasn't it? Don't really think we're gonna need the Dread of Night at this rate either, are we? I don't even know when the last time Electrolyze has been relevant. Falling Star is one of the cards you have to flip 180. You have to flip it up in the air and it has to turn over at least once. You gotta throw it up in the air and it has to turn over. How does that even work in digital? Like there's like no physical objects to pick up and throw and see if they flip over. How does this even function in digital? We still have to... That's why I didn't sell this card yet, because I want to see what Forge tries to do to make up for the fact that you can't, like, you cannot physically flip a card in a digital program. Can't believe I never did anything with Fatal Push. Can't believe I didn't play this. I'd never used this either, and at the rate we're going, I don't think I'm gonna need to. Guy in the chair. Okay, now I think we can. Now I think let's just get rid of him. Indicate target permanent. So I'm pretty sure it would literally just target something and then that would be it. I don't think I'm ever gonna do anything with this guy at the rate we're going. Island Fish, I completely forgot I had this. Chesconian Isle. Completely forgot this was in my collection. Colonian Behemoth. Because, like, I won my first, like, in-game, like, booster draft with that. We played a Magic 2010 event in-game against a bunch of computer opponents, and that was pretty much the card that won me most of my games. A 9/9 Shroud is pretty much impossible almost to get rid of in Limited. More likely than not, you're probably not getting rid of this thing in Limited. Once it sticks, yeah, it's gonna probably be there for good. I'm starting to think we're not going to need the Sphinx too badly, but I could be wrong. That's just a fancy, like, 4 damage to target creature. It's kind of just like a fancy burn spell that hits only creatures, but it does extra stuff if you did, like, excess damage. Some of these cards I really just don't remember why I have them. Oh, pictures of Spider-Man. I have no clue why I kept this. Probably, honestly, never gonna use this either. I just find it unique. Like, I know this card literally just does not exist in, like, the actual physical card game. It doesn't exist in Paper Magic. I guess maybe outside of specifically Forge because they want to get everything in the game. This literally, I believe, only existed in, like, Chandelar, the original, like, Microprose game from 1997. It was in that game, and I think that game only. Seven mana, I don't want to pay that. So we'll just sell the card in question. That could be like another like crazy good commander deck to build. Charizard is another card I just really should see like how it actually functions. Yeah, I want to see how the sub-game actually plays out if you cast this thing. I don't really think we're actually going to seriously play the Whirling Dervish when we have all these other cards to pick and choose from. Oh, destroy all... Oh, this is the one that destroys all white permanents. I don't know, maybe... I don't know, maybe I'll run into another mono-white deck that might actually give me trouble. That is, like, one counter I could use against them. Yeah, so the city right there, we're just gonna save it for another day. I'd rather go sleep right now, if anything. I mean, like, come on, we literally just beat Chandra earlier today. We literally just beat one of the hardest bosses in the entire game, from what I've heard. So isn't that, like, enough for tonight?